Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
Hey everybody, old Cappy here, and this is a video request, and as always, go to assholeconsulting.com if you need guidance, wisdom, leadership, and all that other crap that previous generations just plain the fuck didn't give you. And if you want the blunt, honest truth, come talk to me, because I will curse and swear and tell you the truth, because I don't care about your feelings, I just care about you. Hey Aaron, I'd like to start off by thanking you for deprogramming me. I'm a 20-year-old junior in college, majoring in physics with a focus leaning towards electrical engineering. I would not lean towards, I would major in electrical engineering. Physics is too theoretical. It's like majoring in mathematics. Yeah, you could get some shit, high-end crap and teach over at colleges or professors or maybe down the road, but you want to get a degree in electrical engineering if you're leaning that way. When I was 11 years old, my father was killed in Iraq, and thus began my downward spiral into the liberal leftist sheep mentality. However, out of these two tragedies, the death of my father being one and my brainwashing being the later, came two blessings. I was able to go to school on scholarship and have about $200,000 from his life insurance policy. Currently is sitting in a Roth IRA that is connected to the stock market, and now I see the reality of the situation that I am in the midst of a setup, and shit is fucked up beyond measure. Throughout the years, I have seen a tremendous amount of evidence suggesting that the way you make it in life and how you're supposed to make it in America is by looking out for number one and fuck anybody who tells you any different. Aaron, I'm young, I'm trying to hit the bullseye, and I have more money than I know what to do with. Short term, my goal's to get my inheritance the fuck up out of the stock market, and long term, it's to get into the industry or start my own using the skills of the trade I am currently developing through an internship at my university, which happens to be one of the country's top quantum information research institute. Oh, well, there's where maybe you get your physics career. All right, never mind. Do you want to do that? Do you want to, I mean, you got a better bird's eye view than what I do at that point. Do you really want, sounds like you're more the research type. I'm thinking more like employability type with electrical engineering. But, you know, you're not going to starve as a physicist. You really aren't. I'm just wondering what might make more money. But I am scared. I just had a very brief discussion with my mother about politics, which I would from time to time discuss with her about during my indoctrinated period. And it shot fear up my spine, the views she expressed for the Democratic and Republican parties. I could have taken her quotes, slapped them on posters, plastered them on a wall, and you wouldn't be able to tell if it came from her mouth or if it was something you heard on insert any media outlet. I haven't bought your book, Enjoy the Decline, yet, but I'm pessimistic enough to confidently assume that the bigger picture of things, your book ends on a low note, albeit possibly bittersweet. All my life I've dedicated myself to philosophy of progressive credentialism and hard work, so it frightens me to know that I will be getting the short end of the socialist stick if I don't become one of the bad guys. This isn't how it was supposed to be, Aaron. I have lived a very interesting life in my short time, but I didn't see the world for what it was to grasp the true magnitude of the suck. I will say this, though, you're the only one that has ever only told me the truth while being conscious enough to know that was in fact what you were saying. Well, and here's the other thing, it's just what I think is the truth. You know, there's always the interpretation. It's just my opinion, you know, and I can always be wrong. Well, okay, majoring in English, that's pretty fucking stupid. I don't think I'll go wrong on that one. I'll stand by that advice. And for this, I thank you. If you could give me some advice in a video and maybe a good move to make in my position, or just offer me some tips on chilling the fuck out during these times, your book is in my cart. I would greatly appreciate it. Best, anxious, forward thinker. All right, well, here's the deal. Let's deal with the mentality. I'm going to take another note. Career-wise, you're in a good field. Electrical engineering or the physicist, more the research route, that's fine. We also talked about what your kind of goals were. You also like to tinker, you also like to make circuitry and all this other stuff, and you have this penchant for entrepreneurship, or at least tinkering. What I would strongly recommend is that you get your degree in electrical engineering or physics if you do want to go the research route. But you got a scratch that needs to be itched, and I think you're going to do entrepreneurialism and minimalism as well. Okay, so I know $200,000 seems like a lot, but it can go a lot further if you don't waste it. It's identical to a gas engine, like a car. You know, you got 10 gallons. Well, if you got a Dodge Diesel Hemi double digging dangly and you live out in Wyoming or out there, yeah, okay, you're gonna go 15 miles because you get 15 miles, or 150 miles a 10-gallon tank. Now, if you got a Prius, or not that I'm advocating that, but you have something that's much more fuel efficient and you can get 50 miles a gallon, that $200 can last you a much longer time. So that $200,000, I mean, what, $20,000 a year, you can live 10 years off of that if you're a minimalist as well, and that will free up a lot of fucking time for you to pursue your entrepreneurial adventures. But still, what you're going to do, finish your degree in whatever respective field. I would start tinkering with ideas. I can't tell you what those ideas are that would be successful entrepreneurial ideas, but you definitely should pursue that as a hobby, keep your mind occupied. And then also do minimalism. You're not going to blow money like these idiots who buy cars with their inheritance. And because I've known a couple of people whose parents, or the father or one of the parents died, and they just piss it away. It's like your dad didn't leave that for you to piss it away. One gal bought a fucking Beamer, dumbass cunt. But anyway, it doesn't sound like you're going to do that. Now, with the money, here's the next step. You're going to be going to college, but I'd say during summer, what I would recommend you do is you take some of that money, you travel around the world. Now, this at first may seem frivolous. You're going to do it on the cheap, and there's a point and purpose why I'm having you travel around the world and the United States. It's so that you can see where you want to move or live. All right? Things are becoming more global in nature. You may like Singapore, that's a little bit safer. You may want to maybe check out Australia. New Zealand, who knows, Hong Kong, I don't know. Just go wherever you think you want to go and check out different places. Live on the cheap. You don't want to piss away this $200,000. Well, wait, you said it was an IRA. I'm wondering, if it's in an IRA, you can't take it out. Darn it. You know what, we'll discuss that. But let's just go with the general strategy here. Let's say you have access to this funds. Your goal is still going to be to travel around the world and the United States and find a place that you would like to inevitably settle and live, right? Assuming you can get the proceeds out, and you're set on getting out of the stock market either because of fear that it's overinflated, you don't like PE ratios, you don't like the dividend yields you're getting, even though it's typically not an idea or a recommendation I make, I would recommend you look into a very small condo and maybe switch into real estate. Don't sue me if the property value goes down. We're not talking about values or anything like that. And you're going to have to do your research. You're going to have to make sure it isn't some fucking leftist commie shithole where your property taxes are constantly jacked up to fucking bail out some other teacher union thugs. And the reason why, you don't have to do this, just what I would do, is that it would give you a base and it'd have you a place that you could actually store your shit. So you go travel around the world, you go find out in the United States, and then you get a small base of operations with the proceeds. And what this will at minimum do is save you rent for the rest of your life. Okay? You're not paying interest, you're going to have to pay maintenance, you're going to have to, but if you get the right type of housing, it could be a small house. What I'm saying is you'll be able to buy it for cash. And now, if push comes to shove, an emergency comes along, you don't have to worry about rent. You will never be homeless. And so that's kind of one big thing to knock out. We're not talking about switching from stocks into real estate to continue getting capital gains. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about cashing in your chips and knocking out a life expense so it's personal financial management, not investing. Now, of course, the property can go up in value, but that's what I would recommend. So that will take at least some stress, and I know you're worried about the future of the United States and all that. But that's one major thing knocked out, is you don't have to worry about living expense or rent anymore. So you got your degree, you work a career, you have your hand at entrepreneurship. All of a sudden something starts working on the side. All of a sudden you now have a business or a product that you sell to fucking, I don't know, Lockheed Martin or whoever you want to sell it to. And you start making a lot of money. And everything's well and everything. But then you got to worry about the future of the United States. Well, here, reading Enjoy the Decline will help. But the other thing, this is also why I'm recommending you travel around the world, is find a plan B, a country of plan B. I would go to nomadcapitalist.com. I know the guy who runs it, and that's his job. He goes around, he's a younger fella like you. He's a little bit older than you, but he's a younger fella, and he just travels around, primarily Southeast Asia, but he'll go any place, and he analyzes where there are places to go. Now, you're young, and that's going to be in your benefit, because a lot of places, if you want to emigrate to them, they judge you on how old you are. They want you to work, and they don't want to take somebody who's like 65 and is not going to work, is just going to go on Social Security. They're going to be a parasite upon the population. So especially in Australia, they want you to be young, and they want really good degrees. So the fact you're young is going to help you if you ever did want to emigrate. You may even want to maybe set up a bank account in some of these foreign countries. You may want to maybe even look at property, though you're not going to have enough money for property in both. But you'll be comfortable. Say, oh, I remember I was in Singapore, and I really liked Singapore. Or I remember I was in Belize, and I really liked Belize. These are places you can go, you'd be comfortable, so that all of a sudden, plan B, now I got to get out of the United States. Boom, now you're comfortable. There's not this like, well, fuck, I don't know where we should go, and then you're literally gambling in which country you want to go to. You've researched the Philippines. You know you really like the Philippines, and then you go to the Philippines. So that's it. Otherwise, the best thing to have your mentality, to let this stress and this angst go away, is to just let it go. If you're not going to have kids, if you're not going to get married, or you're going to have a loved one but not have kids, realize you don't have any future skin in the game. And no matter what happens, it's not going to happen to a loved one that you would potentially bring in your kids. It may happen to you, but this is the world you've been born into. It's not your fault. These are the rules we have to operate by. So Enjoy the Decline will certainly address all. That's the point and purpose of Enjoy the Decline. But the one best thing I could say is realize all you can do is what you can do. And beyond that, there's nothing else you can do. And so forgive yourself, let go. And I'm pot calling the kettle black at times. Like, I had to leave last week with this bullshit with the dentist down in fucking Eden Prairie or Bloomington or whatever, and all these people want to fucking kill him when there hasn't been an investigation. People just want to kill him because he's a hunter. And you start to realize that all of a sudden, wow, I'm surrounded by a bunch of violent, angry, mindless zombies who don't care or lack any kind of ability to respect or appreciate other people. Not even appreciate, just respect people's rights. And you know what I did? I couldn't take it. I was like, I'm done. I went out west to Hike Hills and the Black Hills and Denver in Colorado. And it's just, and now I came back much better. Sometimes you just got to unplug. And you just got to let go. You got to let go. Make preparations. Buy your gun, buy your ammo, get armor, get a bug out bag, get all the equipment and gear you need for survivalists in case there's a collapse. And once you do all that, that's all you can do. And then try your best. Plan B, major in the right thing, entrepreneurship. It's not something that you can do tomorrow and have it done all. It's going to take about a decade for you to get a whole game plan together and be agile and diversified and spread out enough that if the United States goes to pot, you got infrastructure, income, property somewhere else, or at least you can move your funds overseas or whatever. So, but the mentality, you really got to let go. You just got to let go. It's not your fault. I don't even get into debates anymore with about politics or economics because it's a waste of my time and I don't care. I found people on the left they're not going to heed empiricism. I mean, you can literally show them data and they'll just, and you're dealing with zombies. Don't get upset with the fact that zombies are beyond reason. They're zombies. And sadly, I think this is probably where a little bit of your agitation comes in. You realize that nothing gets through to these people. We're condemned to go off the cliff, and the only thing that they're gonna respond to is violence. That really is it. I mean, they are zombies. What's the only thing a zombie responds to? I even did a video on this about, what was it, Omega Man. Or no, it was a remake of Omega Man with Will Smith. And I noticed the last scene where these zombies are just attacking him, and he's got the cure to save him. He's like, I can save you, I can cure you. All they want to do is kill him. Because they don't want to listen to reason or it's beyond the liberal leftist mentality. So you just, obviously you can't just go kill people. That's illegal and that's immoral. So, but that's not, and unfortunately that's probably about the only thing that's going to stop it. That or a massive economic collapse, which would be starvation, which would be more like, environmentally enforced pain or death or violence. And then maybe they'll start to, well, how come the electricity got turned off? Where's the clean water? And then they might think a little bit, well, how is clean water pulled all the way from the Colorado River over to Las Vegas? And then maybe people start to think a little bit about production and work ethic, and maybe it isn't evil white males keeping everybody down. But that's an academic discussion for a later point in time. But don't ruin your life getting worked up about this shit. Your parents brought you into this world. You didn't have a say in it. I'm not besmirching your parents. I'm just saying you're here. You might as well enjoy it. Go have fun. Chase some girls. Don't worry about the future. Do what you can. Do your preparation. Do what you can. And after you've done what you can do, there's nothing more you can do except go have fun and enjoy your life. Have fun with your friends. Maybe get married to a gal. Go have sex with a bunch of women. Have good ice cream, climb out, go enjoy life. And don't let these fucking idiots ruin the one shot at life you have. So, anyway, best of luck. Sorry about the loss of your father, but I think you'll do pretty good. I think, obviously would prefer to have your dad than the money, but I think definitely will make your life a little bit easier, especially if you play your cards right. Tools.